Do we have at least like 3 persons from each group in the chat right now? Are the group leaders in the chat? Are they a second?
Yes, sir.
Pauline Blake Cook. Pauline Cook.
Yes, sir. Julita,
All
Julita
right, let me tell you.
Angela. Pardon
Let me
me?
tell you. Let me tell you what I need right now.
Yes, sir.
Not necessarily from you, know, Pauline, but this is what I need. I need someone from each group to put in the WhatsApp group now. The name of them group, the persons in the group, and the name of the group leader. That's what I need.
I can do this for by group.
No problem. No
Oh,
problem. The name of the group, the persons, the list of the persons in the group, and you identify a group leader.
okay, sir.
All right. All right. Miss Gray,
Yes, sir.
Sharon,
Yes, sir.
Pauline Cook in your group.
I told you I'm not sure.
Oh, you're not
Some of the
sure.
other group members that Jody has in her group, she
All
asked
right,
for her
because
information. Gemini
Court does say she can
Samish.
send me the names of her people. All right, let me see what the persons that Paulina will send. And
Okay, sir.
yeah.
What Julita could I do that training?
And if it and I'm asking you if the group leader for the other group is not here as it, I'm asking someone or persons to reach out to that person and tell that person we need them to come online or send me the information because I need that so I can start providing you with the group the class members with more information.
Yeah, hello, good night. I just a log on, but me not hear nothing I go on. What's up?
All right. Well, you log on with a name that I can't call some Jimmy official.
Yeah, this is Tamish Robinson.
All right, no problem. Well, what happened now is that persons are just joining the group. We're here waiting for a long time, but can't complain right now. But anyway, I had sent a request earlier that I need the group to be split in two. Each group need to have a name, and I need the names of the persons in the group. So I cannot go forward tonight unless I have that information. I asked from last week, so I expected that to be completed for this week. So if that is not so, then persons need to sort that out like within the next 3 minutes or so. Um, are you aware that you're a part of a group for the Untrap?
Yeah, I was added to a group, but I don't know if that's the group you're referring to.
Well, I've been referring to both groups, So I asked persons to WhatsApp put it in the WhatsApp group now. The name of the group persons in the group and who is the suggested group leader. So that is basically where we are, which is not really far. Nothing. It's not like we had started to discuss anything also. Because I need that. You're in class last week, so
No, I missed class last week.
okay. Okay. So I'm waiting for that information to come to me through our WhatsApp group. No.
Okay, sir.
All right. All right. Pauline.
Sir.
All right. Hold on. I see you sent some names. Four names.
Yes,
Right.
mine and the three.
Yeah, but
They're supposed to name it Cecilia is their star name, Angelita.
hold
All
on,
right,
man.
I'm in that group that she's talking about, Mr. Dixon.
Yeah, you're in this group, Gray?
Yes, but I don't know the rest of group. I don't know which group I'm added to. The class
Is
that is
this
split in two.
Jelita Brown
Yes,
Is
sir.
yes.
and
Is she that
Jamar Byron?
No, but
Brian?
sir is referring to that, Miss Polly. He's referring to the big group two.
Hold on. Who does spoke? Natasha?
Natasha, yes.
Where's say what I got, Brown? Brown, what you say what I got? Huh?
Sir?
Natasha, what are you saying?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, what are you saying? What you
No,
not saying?
she sent the small group that we were in from before.
He wants to
Were you?
know.
Yeah, Pauline,
Yes, sir.
what I ask for, let us say, all right, let us say it's 14 persons in the group, in the class. All right.
Yes.
I would need two groups of seven. So when you WhatsApp me the name of group one, whatever you call that group,
Oh,
you could have
group
called
four.
them butterfly, right? Let us say them name butterfly. Is seven persons are supposed to see in butterfly, and if the
Oh,
other group is Dr. Bird, is seven persons are supposed to see in Dr. Bird.
oh, excuse me, sir. I thought you want to know the original group before
No,
you.
no, 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 man, that's not my issue, man. I don't know nothing about that.
Oh, is the inter? Okay, all right. My mistake.
Yeah, no problem, no problem. So please, persons, correct that for me now. I need two groups. For Entrep, it's two groups I need.
I don't know
So
everybody.
if the class is 20, is 10. For the information, listen, this is one class, you see? That the things that we need at the end of the training, you have to start working on them from last week. So I wouldn't mind if the class is split and I know the groups from last week,
That's true.
So what I'm saying is that we cannot go forward until I have those two groups tonight,
So,
right now.
sir,
Yeah.
what you can do? If you see all the names, you could put them together yourself.
No, man. I don't know no man.
Cause them not getting together. Everybody want to choose who they want, and
But then
cause,
that's a group from Pauline, man.
but them not
You
doing
see,
it.
the only way I would put people in groups, the only way I would have put persons in groups is if you had just started the course, so nobody knew anybody.
Okay.
Yeah, that's different. But no, when I don't know no one another, and I know some people work together and some s- give me on a two teams. Give me on a two teams.
I don't have a problem anywhere I
Mr.
go.
Dixon,
Yes, sir.
I would strongly suggest, you gather all the names and just split them in two,
No, sir.
rather than
Sir. Sir, I've been teaching longer than I care to talk about, and I've never done it before, and this won't be the first time I'm doing it. Because, as I said to persons last week, you weren't a part of the class, I guess, that at the
I
end
was
of
not
the
that.
day, yeah, man, that's what I'm saying. At the end of the day, you're all adults, and you need to prove to me that you have the ability to do certain things.
But not everybody acts like an adult, sir.
No,
These
that's what I'm
adults.
It's
telling
true.
you. You need to show me that you have the ability to do certain things.
Sir, you're going to
So
wait long.
it doesn't matter.
You
I am not going to be affected by that.
have to be a. I mean,
I'm not
if
going to
you
be
call the
affected by
shot,
that.
you have to act satisfied. But if everybody gonna choose this and it never gonna end.
Sir, there's going to be a problem if the students are going to choose who go in what group. So we this is going to be a long and
That's what
tedious
I'm trying to
process.
say.
All
This
right,
is
let me
going
tell
to
you
be
what I
a
think.
Good
long,
Let
evening,
me tell you
sir.
what I think. Let me
confusing,
tell you what I think you should
contentious
do.
process.
Do not tell me that again. Let me tell you what I think you need to do. I think the time that you're here telling me what you think I should do, I think you need to use up time and put yourself in two groups and send it to the WhatsApp.
Good evening, sir.
Good
I
evening.
just got in from work.
Yes.
I made a group. I made a
Yes.
group, but there is 7 persons in that group.
Yes. What is the number of
So
persons in the class overall?
sir,
What is the number
I
of persons in
don't
the
know.
class overall?
I really don't know.
How long have this class been operating?
From last year, sir,
From
but
November.
persons drop out.
Okay.
So I think the list needs to be updated.
Okay. All right.
So I have 7 so far in my group.
That's Jody Spence. Jody, could you
Yes, sir.
WhatsApp put it in the group for me now? Tell me the name of the group and put those 7 persons. Pauline, are you in
Yes,
Jody group?
sir.
Are you in
No, I
Jody
don't
group?
know. I don't know. It's
Listen,
just,
you people.
I
Sir,
just
that is the
hearing
thing.
about.
We're talking about
It
some
come.
people in a group and you some not in a group. We don't know which people in the group.
That's why I want.
That
That's
is the
why
thing.
when Jody put it in the WhatsApp group, now everybody will see those 7 persons, don't it?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, and
Yes.
then the next person can
And
form
then
a group.
right. So within 5 minutes
Is
after
it
that,
is
the
it
group them form.
is it 10? Is it
All
10
right.
or we
No,
can
don't
just
talk
work with the
about
7,
we
sir?
can't say if it's 10 or 8 or whatever right now. Put
No,
send
I'm
those
saying that
7.
I have 7 persons in my group, but you said groups of 10. So the
No,
two
I'm giving
groups.
an example. I'm giving an
Okay.
example. If we have 20 persons in the class, then it would be groups of 10.
Okay. I
Yeah,
think we
that's what
have
I'm
less
saying.
than 20. I'm not sure.
And if we have less than 20, we come down the line.
Alright. Well, there's 7 persons in my group. I'm going to send the list of the names.
Please do so now, Jody.
Alright.
And Cook,
Yes, sir.
where you come from? Tivoli? Where are you
Why
from?
is that, sir?
Not a simple question. No. Let's ask where you come from.
I
I,
used to
I,
live down
all
to
right, no problem.
Denham.
And then I'm done, sir. There's a young man there's an athlete that runs for Kingston College because I'm very close to that school. And named Coke, but
Oh.
him come from like Clarendon or something on the other side there. It's not a town man, but him name Coke. All right.
Oh.
So you see, you're happening up, Pauline. If Jody
Yes.
send the thing now and your name is not on it now, Just go and work on your list as the same. I don't think both are in the
Well,
same group, you know.
Julita is my leader, so she can form the
Who is your leader?
Julita Brown.
Delita,
Natasha, the
she's in the
state.
Natasha. Oh, Natasha Brown. Right. So
Yes.
Natasha,
Sir.
why you know say you send your list set for me?
No, sir. All right. I'm
All
waiting
right,
on
yeah,
Jody.
all right, Natasha. Don't send it yet. Let me see what Jody's sending.
Okay, sir.
And then you, but you can still, you know your little list already, But when you see when we see what the person's in Jody's group so far in Spence group, and then you send your group, and then if there are other persons now who are not in groups, then we can easily put them in groups.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, please.
Oh, Lord. Oh, sweetheart.
So I sent the group.
You send it? All right, welcome.
Yes.
All right. All right. Natasha.
Yes, Mr. Dixon.
All right, listen carefully, This group, Royalty Entrep Group,
Yes,
the
sir.
members, the members so far are Cecilia Fuller, Sharon Gray, where's now? Nemisha, Nemisha Beckles, Tamish. That's they don't know the surname for that person yet.
Robinson, sir.
Are you fit right? Tamish Robinson.
Robinson, yes, sir.
No problem.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Carl Mitchell, Pauline Blake. Pauline, you belong to this group. Jordan Spence, Pamela Williams, and Dino Barnes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, that's it. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. All right, so Natasha,
Yes, sir.
this is nine
Yes,
persons,
sir.
This is 9 persons here,
I
So,
know.
so what you need to do, put your list together right now and send.
Sir, I'm having a problem. A group. There's a group there that I don't know the name of 4 person in it.
You
And
don't know
I'm,
the
I
name
don't
of,
know if any. I don't know if any. I don't know the name of the group, and I don't know the names of the person. So that is going to be a challenge right now tonight.
all right. You say you don't know the group, but which group you talk about?
We're not such.
All right, but maybe
Miss
other
Sharon, all right, let
persons,
me ask one of my group members.
yeah,
Miss
other
Sharon,
persons must can tell you.
Miss Sharon,
Yeah,
the group that's always in the doorway doing their practical. You know the name of that group?
I think it's group one. It's Jalita in there.
No, I'm
Sorry,
not in
sorry,
group
not Jalita. Sharona
one. Okay, Sharona.
and Julian, Damian, Fabian. Sorry.
No, no. Fabian, Sharona, Julian, Joey, Sophia.
Can you send the rest of that name? The rest of can you send those names in the main group so I could add them, please?
All right, I'll do that. I'll send it in the WhatsApp.
All right, no problem. Thanks. All right, Mr. Dixon, you'll get it shortly.
Yeah, waiting patiently. Well, almost patiently. Two persons, Jamar Bryan and Jelita Brown. They should be in this new group.
Yes, sir. All right.
Send it in the WhatsApp.
Who does send this? Oh, you send this for information for
Information that
for
Sharon
For
is
Natasha
the
asking
putting,
next
about.
week.
for
Yes.
Natasha putting together or list. Okay. All right. Royalty. That's good. Natasha, remember the group need to have a name. The other group name Royalty.
Yes, sir.
Let me see some. You know that May 13th. You know that I was accepted in the group last week, Thursday. And it was last week, Friday, morning. I sent this message in the group, Good morning, everyone, and thank you for accepting me in the group. Please be reminded that in order to execute our major practical activity, the class must be divided into 2 groups. Each group must be given a name. I will need the name of each group and their members. That's what's from last week, Friday. I sent this in the morning at 8:29 a.m. And we'll come here this evening, baffling to get to put in groups. Anyway, let me get the groups now. And that's what under the
Sir,
group.
I already made my group, sir, but I didn't get the chance to send it in. I was trying to gather some more persons.
All right. Come, Natasha. I wanted to list the names.
Working, sir, working on it. Send me to you shortly. Sir, but this group, like, seems like need to Jolly group need to add some more names. This is gonna be too much.
So I have like 12 names.
Delita, remember Karen
Carl,
Curtis.
Tamish, and Dino Barn is in there. We have males in our group. Carl, Tamish, and Dino Barnes, they are in the group.
Oh, so you have 2 males in your group so far.
I have 3 males.
3 males.
Yes, sir.
All right. Oh.
My current team members
All right.
and another group.
All right. Please be reminded when you're talking to me, don't tell me nothing about Mr. A group them. Because that don't mean nothing to me. So well, I guess by next week. By next week. Because I know persons are deep entrenched in your original groups that you have been working with from whenever. But as of next week, when you're talking to me about a group, the groups that you establish today will be the group for Entrep and Entrep only, unless you want to use that in a different class, but another time. But yeah, that's Entrep. But I look at thing and I told him my breath. Natasha? Natasha?
Sir, yes, sir. I'm thinking of a group name. Okay. All right.
Just send a name, man. You and the group can change the name maybe by next week, If so.
All right.
But
Okay.
it's always best to just work with what you come up with.
Okay, sir.
That's one less thing to worry about. Hello? I start within the next 3 minutes.
Sir, send it over.
All right. Ugh. All right. Hello, people. Let me see this now. Let me check the WhatsApp group now. All right. Hold on now. Jelita Brown, Jamar Bryan, Robert Taylor, Shade Bailey, Karen Curtis, Trisha, Teresa Walters, Fabian Bryan. That sounds familiar. Um, Julian Goldburn, Joette, Harvey, Sharona Stewart, Sophia Edwards. Let me see how many persons it's now. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. Oh, all right. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. So it means that Jody Spence.
Yes, sir. I was just looking at it.
So it means so maybe
So someone will
you,
have
you
to
need somebody,
someone,
right? You need
yeah.
somebody from how many
Yeah.
males in this group? You have 3 males already. How
There
many males in
are,
here?
yes.
What you say?
I have 3 males too. I have 3 males.
All right, so we cannot touch them on them.
No.
So
Oh
you
no,
need a
sir.
Israel. So we need a female over there.
Sir,
Yes,
Yes, sir.
did they call Robert's name?
Robert Taylor.
Robert is,
All
yes,
right.
he's in the
Robert is
group.
group 2.
Robert it and this group name. Robert it. And the first ever said is fearless and flawless.
Say.
That double barrel name.
Yes.
All right, all right. All right. I just have to work with it, you know. I work with it, I don't have a problem. So one group is royalty, and the other group is fearless and flawless. So who going over? Brown.
Yes, sir.
You have to send somebody over to Spence.
Okay, sir.
No, don't you,
Jody.
I'm here. I'm here.
you have to
Jody,
go over now.
Sophia Edwards. Save Sophia Edwards coming over to you.
Sophia Edwards.
Yeah.
Here, good night. I rather stay in the group that I'm with my group members. It's group 1.
Who is Sophia Edwards? Okay. Sharona Stewart.
I'm staying.
No.
What a dog.
Oh my God, tonight.
No, hold on now. Hold on now.
All right, let.
If you have persons who are here now, you know. Hold on now. Listen, I'm gonna tell you how it go. If you have persons who are here now and those persons say they want to stay, they need to stay.
Okay.
But you need to send somebody go over who can defend it.
Who is not here in class right now?
You're asking me who have in class for the second time?
No, sir. I want
Uh-uh.
my team members to allow up.
Who is Gillian Goldburn?
She's a member of group 1 and I thought she would want to change as well.
No, I'm just asking. I'm just asking.
Okay.
But somebody need to go over.
Teresa Walters. Jody.
Is whose background is that? Is it with Natasha?
Yes, sir. Natasha is my Gmail name.
And what's her name?
Delita Brown.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool. So Jody, what that little that mean? Besides Jody name. What that I say? Sharon. Sharon.
Yes, sir.
What did that was like? Oh well, should come off it now.
That.
All right.
What?
Jody.
Yes, sir.
Teresa
Walters.
Walters. Add her to your group.
Yes, sir.
Teresa Walters, add her to your group.
Yep.
All right.
Add to which group?
Jody group.
Add Teresa Walters to royalty group. Please.
Why?
This what? What is it?
Okay.
No, Jody. Jody first say okay. Me no know. Jody. I said that beside Jody.
Wait, I was waiting for her to respond, and I was also checking the list as well.
Do you know Teresa Walters? All right, Natasha. Natasha,
Yes, sir.
lock off your mic. You have some big bad man in the back. You have some man in the back of the background now. Talk loud.
Sorry, sir. At work. Sorry, sir.
Yeah, lock off your mic. And until we call upon you. All right. Spence. Spence. All right. Anyway, I hope she can hear me. All right. Um, obviously this was not the simplest thing to do, but by the grace of God, it was done. So we have achieved this objective. One competence, I call it an entrepreneurial characteristic that, and remember this that I'm telling you tonight, because you're going to need to remember it anyway. One entrepreneurial characteristic that persons should have, business people, is known as goal setting or goal oriented. So one of our goal was to identify two groups and name them. And we have successfully achieved that goal because we have two groups. One is known as royalty and one is known as fearless and flawless. Yeah, I like that name. Yeah. Anyway, royalty not bad neither. But here I happen now. The first task that these groups have to have to carry out tonight is, last week we were looking at some concepts associated with entrepreneurship. Last week we looked at some concepts that was associated with entrepreneurship, and we started to discuss these concepts. So we looked at risk, we look at competition, we look at entrepreneur, we look at macro screening and micro screening, wage employment, market mix, and the last one was business environment that we looked at. Anyway, tonight we have to look at the concept of the macro and the micro screening. Can anyone tell us what did we discuss about what macro screening is all about? Anyone remember that discussion from last week? What is macro screening?
Many business ideas, sir.
All right, yes. Macro screening is when the entrepreneur tries to identify as many business ideas as is humanly possible. So you want to start a business, but you're not really sure exactly what type of business you want to start. So you say you're going to brainstorm and you get a pen and a paper and you start to write as many business ideas as is possible. So if you good like that and can fill up an exercise book, or you can only fill up one page of an exercise book, or you can only do half a page of the exercise book. But that is your capacity. All right. So that is your macro screening, coming up with as many business ideas as is humanly possible. Now, when you have done that, you will apply to that information. You will apply the concept of micro screening to it. Now, micro, as the name suggests, micro means small, is that you're going to, from your big list, you're going to identify your top 5 business ideas, and you're going to choose those business ideas based on your knowledge of these areas and your access to resources to start this type of business. So so let us say that you came up with like 80 business ideas. From that 80 business ideas, you identify your top 5 business ideas. What had motivated you to come up with these 5? What prompted you to identify these 5? It means that you know something about these type of businesses, the 5 that you identify, and you will be able to can access resources to actually start a business like that. From that 5, you're going to identify your top 3. So it's a micro screening. When you talk about top 5, top 3, top 1 is micro screening. When you talk about macro screening, it is as many as you can think about. So we pass the macro now. So we're doing micro. So we come up with the top 5, and then from your top 5, you identify your top 3. So these are things that you think at this point in time it would be easier for you to do any one of these 3, and then from your top 3, you identify your top 1, right? And that is the one that you're going to actually start that business. So royalty and fearless and flawless. Tonight, what you're going to do for me is that you're going to identify 5 businesses, types of businesses. All right. Then from that list of 5, you're going to identify 3 from it. And then from that list of 3, you're going to identify your top 1. What I can safely say to you is that your top 1, the one that you're going to sign off on, must be a fast food type of business, because that is the unit that you have to comply with. It name operate a fast food outlet. All right. So your top 1, now your top 5 could be any different type of, including the fast food. Your top 3 could be any other 2, including the fast food, and your top 1 must be the fast food. When you identify your top 1, you're going to suppose say your top 1 is a cake and pastry business. Let us say your top 1 is a cake and pastry business. So what you're going to do is that you're going to give that business a name. You give that business a name. So if it's a patty shop, for argument's sake, you give it a name. If it's but like a small restaurant, you give it a name. If it's an ice cream place, you give it name. Pizza, you give it name. Whatever, I don't know. Pasta, I don't know, but you give it a name. And and when you come up with that name tonight, when you come up with that name, it means that at the end, it it means that the business plan that you will have to do will be on this business using the business name that you come up with. And it means that at the end of the quarter, when you're carrying out your practical for Entrep, you will have to execute, you'll have to operate that business on the compound. And normally we normally order some tents, and the tents are placed outside of the school under that big tree. And we provide you with some music, and we tell you the things that needs to be displayed on the tent and things that you must have as evidences and all of that. And you're going to execute your business and sell that product. Sell that product. So it means that you have to start as a group now, you have to start planning towards that practical. You have to start knowing how much money you think it is going to take to operate that for the day. So you have to be, so you'll be earning, real earning on the day, and at the end of the day, profits or whatever is split amongst the partners, right? Um, yes. Also, also on the day that you're operating that fast food outlet, there's another unit named Promote Products and Services to Guests. So you will have to have a new product completely different from maybe what you're offering, what you're dealing with. Or it can be something along the line of what you're dealing with, but it must be new to you and basically new to the market that you will be promoting. The product must be there on spot. All right. And you must be able to can promote it. You must be able to can inform the assessor, which will be me the time at that time because I internal assessment, as to what type of research was carried out in terms of coming up with this business idea. You must be able to can convince a potential customer to purchase as to why that customer should buy. Is it for health purposes? Is it for whatever? I don't know, right? But what I'm saying to you is that this is a serious thing and you have to take it serious. You have to work together in order for this thing to work. All right. It is far from being impossible because it has been done hundreds of times successfully, I might add. All right. But it is so important that we start getting this information. So at the end of this class tonight, group should have a clearer idea as to what type of business that they will be doing and what is required of them as we go along. Right? Those the end thing on the day is the practicals, but the business plan is a theory part to it. So last week I told you that I need 4 grades, 4 pieces of work, 2 practical and 2 theory. And the 2 theory will be an internal assessment from me consisting of multiple choice and short answers and a case study. And and the submittal yeah, of a business plan from both groups. All right, a business plan from both groups. And those are the 2 theory grades. The 2 practical grades will be the execution of the fast food, whatever that you'll come up with tonight. That is what you're working towards executing. So it's going to be the execution of the fast food operations. That's one set of grades. It carries its own rubric that I'll make you be aware of what we're marking for. And also the promotion of your new product. So that's a totally different unit, and it's a but those 2 practicals will be done on the same day. So it's like you execute 1 practical and I get 2 grades for you, and that has its own rubric also, and you'll be aware of that. Any questions? I'm still getting used to this online class thing, I like I like seeing people face to face. When I see people face to face, I would never have this dead ear because I start calling them people immediately because I'm there staring at you and you're looking at me. So any questions so far though, in terms of what I'm saying to you?
Sir, I missed out on what was said. The internet giving some problems and it just kicked me out of class just now. So
Oh well, the good thing is that other group members because a long I said a mouthful, Joe. Couldn't go over it back right now, but anybody else
It,
from
the,
other groups?
so once the class
Yes,
is being
sir.
recorded, I'll watch it over.
Oh hell, okay, right. All right.
Yes, sir.
Who's that other guy? Gray, that's you.
No, that's Cecilia. I was just saying that I missed out on everything that you said because my cell phone went and lost charge suddenly. So I didn't hear anything. But I guess I'll get it from
Oh my god. No, this all right. Is there anyone who heard me? Because the two persons who spoke to me a while ago said not hear a thing. So after I've been speaking for the last maybe I don't know 5 minutes or so. Sometimes it look like it's a long time, may not be so long, but I think I've been speaking a lot. Is there anyone who heard everything that I said? Could you please
Yes,
identify
sir.
yourself? Who is that talking to me now?
Sharon.
All right, Sharon. All right. So all right, hold on. So Sharon belongs to the group that named Royalty.
Sure.
Good. Anybody else from Royalty heard everything that I said?
Yes, sir.
Who is that? Who is this?
Pamela.
Pamela. Oh, Williams.
Yes, sir.
All right, good. No problem, Pam. All right, from Fearless and Flawless. Who are the persons who heard everything that I said? No, Jelita, you have to be the first one to start talking.
Yes, sir, I'm here. I'm here.
Oh, that's not the point. I'm saying, did you hear everything that I said?
Yes, sir.
All right. Anyone else from Fearless and Flawless who heard everything that I said?
Yes, sir.
All right. Who is this now?
Robert.
Robert Taylor. All right.
All right.
All right. Here's my question though. Because of course, this won't be the first or the last time that I'll be talking about this. But you form a picture in your mind as to what is it that you'll be doing? Based on what I was saying? Robert? What you and your group will be doing? Your form a picture? All right. Listen. All right. No problem. Let me tell you this now. You have to start. So I would suggest that Sharon because it looked like the group leader did get knocked off not offline. So Sharon, I wanted to maybe talk more in your group right now. Maybe what you people could do. I'd like you to do something for me. Not right now, but you see, form a next WhatsApp group with your team. Add me to it because a lot of communication will be going on throughout the quarter at that level because most everything that you have going forward is at this group level. All right. So you form two new WhatsApp groups, different from the major WhatsApp group. So you have some information, some general information. I send it to the main group. If I send in information to groups, I send it like that to this just to give you out some advice on basically what you're doing and what you're doing over here. All right. So listen now. What
Sir,
you
Royalty
do?
made the group already.
Huh?
We have a group already, sir. Royalty.
Oh wow, yeah, that fearless and flawless. And anyway, listen though. Let me tell you what
So
you need to.
we're to just
No,
add
well,
you to
yeah,
the
yeah,
group
admit
that
to that
was
though. But
made.
listen though,
Okay.
listen, and call it royalty now. So as I see royalty pop up, food preparation royalty, and what says you, and the other group
Sir, that's
put.
the name of it. That's
All
the
right,
name
good.
of it.
And the next group named fearless and flawless. Fearless, cause all right. But listen though, In the main group tonight, within the next 6 minutes, I need to see two more WhatsApp information coming in. From royalty, I need to see a top 5. I need to see a top 3, and I need to see a top 1. The type of business, not names of businesses, It's only when you come to your top 1. You give me the type and you give it a name. You see the name that you give it. On the day when you're not doing a business, you have to have a banner with that name, because it's a real business. But so types different from name. So for argument's sake, I could say we're doing hairdressing. That's a type. But if you're doing a hairdressing business, they're going to give a hairdressing business a name. So the only time I need a name is when you identify a top 1. So when you identify the top 1, and if you say the top 1 is a a pasta shop, then you give that pasta shop a name. Pasta Delight and more, for argument's sake. So I need from both groups your top 5, your top 3, your top 1, and you give that top 1 a name. So I would encourage you people to start discussing right now, and within the next 6 minutes, I need that information. So let me see, what time is it now? I'm coming back online 6 minutes time. And the first thing I do is looking at the WhatsApp. 8:01, so 8:07. I'm coming back. I start talking again. But you have to do a lot of talking. And you send me that information. All right. So Fearless, form your WhatsApp group also now within this time.
Looked like they were heading for the beach after Palace scored twice in the first half. Palace opened the scoring to John Police later in the 21st minute. And 15 minutes later, Everton were in more trouble as the visitors surged further ahead to Jordan and Hughes. And good as the father denied. But Frank Lampard's side turned the game around after the halftime break, with Michael Keane starting the comeback in the 54th minute. And Ferdinand Badier was kicker of support, with Richarlison drew the trophy's lever in the 75th minute. And blue smoke was released as good as a party erupted in pandemonium when Dominic Calvert-Lewin scored the winning goal in the 85th minute.
Oh, 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 oh. Hello, everyone. I'm back. Goodness. What? Bam. So, what is? Hold on. Hello. All right. Anybody ready to send me the information now? Top 5, top 3, top 1. And name of the top 1.
Sir, we're still in the process of trying to send in our number to add to form the group, the WhatsApp group to communicate.
You mean the fearless?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Hmm?
All right. All right. Tell you what. You see because we basically understand what is required now. Um, Natasha.
Yes, sir.
All right. I was wondering, You see, because you're a part of the royalty people, right?
No, sir. Flawless. Fearless and flawless.
Oh, so you're the group still putting the thing together. All right.
Yes, sir.
Jody. All right, stay online, Natasha. Me know say someone there about going say.
Sir.
Jody. All right.
Yes,
Here
sir.
what happened now. I see the royalty people doing a lot of communication, you see?
Okay.
But the other group just putting together them numbers now so them can form the WhatsApp group and so. So that is telling me that maybe I should stop everybody. Maybe I should stop everybody and ask both groups to complete this off outside of the class right now. And we pick up back some Entrep information, some go back in the Entrep PowerPoint thing to discuss. So
Sure.
yes, I understand because it means it's over time, too much time.
Sir. Yes,
All right,
sir.
so Natasha,
Yes, sir.
yeah, tell your group to come back online. You're going to complete that. We're going to complete that after class. Complete
Okay,
that
no
after
problem.
class, and we're going to continue doing some classes now.
All
All
right,
right, so
sir.
let me bring up my PowerPoint presentation. Let us, the nature of entrepreneurship, that's the one we're looking at. So we can find that.
So you just came on?
Like 2 minutes ago or
All right,
less.
no problem.
So we're going to what I did. I stop everybody from what you were doing. I want persons to finish up that after class. I would not want to have a class and we don't look at something in the PowerPoint that's the same. So we're going to use the rest of the time. So and cover some information. So go back to the PowerPoint, the nature of entrepreneurship. All right, let me get this up.
Sir,
Yes.
so you had mentioned earlier, where did I write it? Just a second, sir.
No
Oh,
problem.
you were saying that for the micro screening, scaling down to top, saying from the top 5 down to 2, and
No,
the
to
5,
three.
right? No, man, I'm just reading from what you said. So 5 business
No, I never
idea.
mentioned 2 no time at all. That's what I'm saying. I said from top
All
5 to
right,
top 3.
all right. 5 business idea based on your knowledge and
Access to resources.
thank you,
Whatever is needed to operate that business, you can get it. You have access to it. You
thank you.
can easily, well, you can access it.
All right.
Mhm. All right. Um, everybody bring out the PowerPoint now.
Yes, sir.
All right, good. Good. All right. Last week when I said that one of the biggest concept associated with entrepreneurship is calculated risk taking, is risk taking, risk. And we identified what is a risk that the entrepreneur takes. The major risk that the entrepreneur is taking is investing his or her money in a venture that they are not totally assured that it will be a profitable one. But because it is a calculated risk, the entrepreneur will look at the pros and cons and will invest an amount that will not be catastrophe. It will not be a catastrophe if the business fails. They can move on, all right, or they can try again. Earlier I mentioned that there's a topic in the studies known as entrepreneurial characteristics, and I said that one of the characteristic of an entrepreneur is goal oriented or goal setting. All right. So obviously, another characteristic must be risk-taking, calculated risk-taking, because all entrepreneurs do this. All right. Determination, persuasion and determination, but persistence, determination and persistence. What I'm actually saying, when you start a business, there's no guarantee that it will succeed the first time you try it. But you should have a level of determination to try again and to try again. I heard that the product 7-Up, the owners attempted to launch that product 6 times and they failed. And it was on their 7th attempt that it took off. Hence the name. 7-Up. All right. So what it is saying is that it should be determined. Now, I am not saying to anybody that they need to, you fail, the business fail, and you try again, and it fail, and you try again, and it fail. You need to do it 6, 7, 8 times. I'm not saying that. But here's the good thing about it. Because you had applied the concept of micro-screening, in your planning, if the top one that you choose, you try and you fail, and you try and you fail, you try even one more time, you fail. Remember, you're the top 3. So it means that you could try and add a different business idea, because you had more than 1 ideas. You could try another one from your top 3 and stuff. But person should be determined. So when we look, so that was the concept of risk, investing the money without 100% sure that it will be successful. We looked at who is an entrepreneur. You say an entrepreneur is someone who identifies a business opportunity and accumulate the resources, put the resources together, and transform the ideas into hopefully a profitable venture. Or you could say an entrepreneur is someone who owns and operates their own business. Same thing. We look at competition. That in business, you must do your research on your competitors. You must know about them. You must know the weaknesses and them strengths. You need to know how serious a competitor these persons are, so you can hopefully come up with innovative ideas as to, which is thinking outside of the box, to see how best you can please your customers and be competitive. Because everybody knows that in business, if your competitors are too strong, they'll force you out of business. Then you have the macro screening and the micro screening. We looked at market mix. We identified that when you hear the term market mix, the 4 things that need to come to your mind is known as the 4 P's. The 4 P's are product, place, price, and promotion. When you see us stressing concepts of entrepreneurship, say it must be on some test somewhere. So we talk about product, price, place, and promotion. We know that product can be a tangible physical thing or it can be a service. We looked at type of service providers where their products are services. We identified that there were direct services who perform a service to an individual, and there were indirect services that perform a service for an individual. When we spoke about place, we spoke about the areas of distribution to where you want to provide your services or you want your products to be. We know that due to the concept of globalization, the world that we exist in now, where we really don't have any borders where trade is concerned, unless it's Russia. But due to the concept of globalization, place can be anywhere. Our customers can be anywhere all over the world. So because of that, we have a problem of distance, and that is alleviated, overcome by transportation. We know that locally, our transport can be air, road, or rail. I don't know if we transport things by water, don't know. But we but we know that globally it can be sea or air, and we identify that the couriers and persons are able to identify some of the couriers, Ship Me and Mail Pack and DHL and all of them, group of them, were the ones that made that make trade much more simpler. All right. When with entrepreneur who is an entrepreneur, somebody who owns and operates their own business and generate their own income from that business. So in order to really appreciate and understand the whole concept of entrepreneurship, you need to know what the opposite is all about. So the opposite to entrepreneurial employment is wage employment. It's totally different. Wage employment is when you work for someone else, even if this someone else is an entrepreneur. That's not your problem because it's not your business. You're just a worker. So wage employment is when you work for someone else or you work for a company. All right. So when you talk about that, what you need to do now is look at some of the advantages and the disadvantages of wage employment. And of course, we'll discuss that further in our in some other PowerPoint thing. All right. So entrepreneurial employment, you work for yourself. You pay yourself. Wage employment, you work for someone else or you work for a company. All right. The business environment. The business environment is a context in which the business is located.
Sorry, sir. Sorry.
Yes.
Sir, can you just
Yes.
repeat for me, sir?
What you never catch. Because I
The
talk
section
a lot.
about, yeah, entrepreneur, work for self and work for someone else. Just tell me the name again, please.
Oh, wage employment. You know, follow the PowerPoint chart. We just coming on the list now. Concepts associated with entrepreneurship are just coming on. So we were on the bullet wage employment, and I say you need to know the difference. So wage employment has nothing to do with entrepreneurship. It is the opposite of entrepreneurship. But doing the subject entrepreneurship, you need to know what that is about. Wage employment is about. All right. So all I'm saying is that for wage employment, it is when you work for someone or for a company, as opposed to entrepreneurial employment where you operate your own business and that generates income from which you are paid. You're supposed to pay yourself a wage or a salary. Don't just dip in on the money. You need to do your little accounts and take a wage or a salary or something for yourself. All right. So when you see the word wage employment, another term for wage employment is traditional employment. That's another term for wage employment, traditional employment. As the name suggests, the business environment, this is the last one on this slide. The business environment is said to be the context in which the firm operates and competes. So it means that there are different factors that will affect the business, and so when you look at like your, when you look at like social, political, the natural environment, but a lot of things, the physical and natural resources that are available to you, how does government policies also affect the business environment. We look at the economical environment. So right now, today, the Consumer Affairs Commission made a statement that they're asking the government of Jamaica to put a freeze on gas prices for about 3 or 4 months. because if the gas continues to go up every day, for argument's sake, a point is going to be reached where the people are going to say they can't take it no more, and it may cause social disturbance within the country. So businesses are being affected by the economical situation right now. As prices increase over time, consumers will start to make decisions and will start to buy things that they need and not necessarily want. Last week we discussed these two things. We said that wants are desires and needs are necessities. So if your income is fixed, but the price of living, the cost of living keep going up, then consumers will be forced to start making decisions and stop buying certain things because they don't see them as necessities. All right. The social and cultural environment, you have to understand the way of life of a people. So therefore, and what is taboo and what is not taboo and all of these things. So if you have a cook shop in a community that is 98% Rastafarian, and you put up your notice, your board, where you're identifying your menu board, and you have pork on it, then a problem is going to arise with you and the community, because Rastas don't eat, not supposed to eat pork. So if 98% of your community is Rastas and you put pork on your menu, some of the rest them are gonna tell you them now buy from your place completely because of the same spoon you use put in the chicken pot and put in the pork pot, or when it's not so, them say it and them believe in it and them not gonna buy it from you. So you have to understand the social and cultural environment that you operate in. Also, as a business person, You have to be aware of the technological changes that are taking place as you live and try to keep up with the times. So if you only used to use flyers, if you only used to make flyers and put up when you're promoting your business or promoting your products or so. But you have competitors now who are using social media, and they are on Facebook and they are on Instagram and then doing TikTok and them on Twitter and all of these things. Then it's going to be difficult to compete with them after a while. And you will see customers heading to their business and one then say, what are they doing that you don't know about? Why the said number of traffic not coming into your business? All right. Just saying. Let's move on though. So I'm on the next slide. Everybody with me? Stay away, because boy, I'm a quiet body. I know that's the right thing to do because I'm speaking and you're quiet. But every now and
Yes,
again,
sir.
it's so like when I'm talking at the place was dead enough. I say, well, how am I listening up? All right.
New to us, sir.
Yeah, man. All right. The entrepreneur, I don't need to talk about this anymore. As I already talked about that. We're moving past entrepreneur and going to the next slide to entrepreneurship. Now, you see, there's a difference between entrepreneur and entrepreneurship. So entrepreneur is a physical individual, a person. But entrepreneurship is a concept that deals with the spirit. This is a motivating spirit. So the concept of entrepreneurship cause someone to identify a business idea and intrinsically motivate themselves to try and start a new venture. So when they do that, that person becomes an entrepreneur. But the entrepreneur is just as how, telling you something now. No one can motivate you, as an individual. A person can say some things to you and they can try to create the environment for you to become motivated. Some persons are good speakers and they say they call them motivational speaker. And and when they speak to you, something within you get excited and say, yes, I'm going to do this. I'm going to listen to them and follow what they say and all of that. But what really happens is that you end up motivating yourself intrinsically. So the person who impacted that, who caused that, created an environment for you to become motivated. Some persons don't need that. Some persons are strong and they are self-motivated. Just out of yeah, they are just like that. That's a personality. Some persons need a little help and a little push and a little support system and whatever. But at the end of the day, by getting the little help and the little push and the little support system, intrinsically they become motivated. Because if this little intrinsic thing don't happen, then the person who trying to say motivate them, which you can't, is that you're forcing a river upstream. Like a dead log you're trying to push or something like that. We have all been there. All right. And we have all interacted with other persons who eventually become motivated and do better. All right. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man, let's move on. Oh, yes, sir. All right. What's the next thing now? Going on to the next slide. All right. this definition, for market, this definition for market is a traditional definition for market. When I talk about a place or building where people meet and buy and sell products and services. But as I said, due to advanced technologies now, a market, most of the market nowadays is virtual. It is done using your phone or your tablet or your laptop or your desktop computer. Yeah. So it doesn't have to be. It's where buyers and sellers interact, but not necessarily interface. It's not. It doesn't have to be a face-to-face thing. But this definition for market is a traditional market. And first time people think that traditional market is like Coronation Market and I live a puppy inside puppy market. But that is a market too. But if you go into the store or the wholesale or the supermarket or anyway, as long as it's a physical place where buyers and sellers meet, that's a traditional market. But we know the market is much more than that now. No. It's just where buyers and sellers exchange goods and services for money. Nowadays, you're hearing about cryptocurrency. I still don't fully understand how it goes. I had like a nephew who came down from overseas recently. So spending some time and his wife and them kids will spend some time at the house with me and I explain the whole concept of bitcoins and cryptocurrency and all of that. But that's a new generation and they need to understand how it go so they can maybe make something out of it. I have told many of my friends say if when I had just left high school and going to college and then university and stuff, I never understand the whole concept of investing in stocks and shares. Some long-term investment. If I had known that, it would have made a big difference. So I ensure that I am teaching my 16-year-old son now the whole concept of that. As parents, we also need to let our children know that the secret to wealth over time, it named compound interest. That's the secret to wealth. So it doesn't matter how small you're saving, but it is saving and leaving it. Leaving that money so it can turn over. So if you add $1,000 and you're getting 10% interest on it every 6 months for argument's sake. And when you get the first set of interest on it, right? You get which is like $60 and it is now $1,060, but you make it stay. So the next time you're getting 10% and your principal is not $60, you're getting again, you're getting more. So over time, over years, this thing multiplies and becomes crazy money. But a lot of people, and in school, they don't teach us these things. They don't teach when you're young. I don't know. Maybe the teachers don't know. I don't know. But this country is only a few persons are educated enough to can pass on certain knowledge to the young ones while they are young. So over time, if they pay attention and they try these things, they will become financially independent over time. You know, too much Jamaicans will teach each other to live from hand to mouth. It's a problem. It's a problem. So I won't talk about the market mix again and all of that. That's crazy. We're moving on. Because we discussed these things. All right. Good. This is a good slide now. Reasons for being a business person. What are some of the reasons why people start their own business? Hello. If you see argument that say what are some of the reasons that would trigger a business venture or a business activity. Trigger a business activity. It's the same thing it's asking, what are the reasons why people would start their own business? Don't get it twisted. So, some of the main reasons, you want to be your own boss. Let me tell you something. There's a thing known as self-actualization. I don't know. I know some people, you see, I know some persons who, it's not a lot though. They always want to study. When I say study, I don't mean, you see a job where say if you get this certificate, if you get this diploma, if you get this degree, you can get that job and you can start earning a decent salary. So not that no. A lot of people don't know this, but the basic requirement for most high profile jobs is a first degree. So when persons do a second degree, what them call a master's, and them do a third degree that they call a PhD, and you call them doctor. Most jobs don't require that, and most jobs don't pay for that. It's just that some of them get some positions in some company where they get good money. But that doesn't mean that the requirement for that job, that position that they have really required the paper that they have. But some persons are intrinsically motivated to I don't know, but I know some of these persons, and they get a PhD and they do another PhD, and then that is what motivates them. So it's not money is everything. Because some persons just want to be their own boss. Some people operating their own business, they're not making crazy money, but they have the satisfaction to know that it's their business and they are in charge. So when you talk about being your own boss, that is one of the reasons why some persons start their own business. Some persons have a passion for something, doing something that you enjoy. If you're doing something that you enjoy, you do not see it as work. So even in traditional employment, that most of you are who listening to me right now, maybe are part of that sector, traditional employment sector. If you find a job that you enjoy, that you love doing, come on, listen. Your employers, them man, even if they don't show it, because some employers they're not so wonderful, but they're gonna be happy that you're a part of their team, because you're going to be your personality going to be chirpy, you're going to have the energy and something because it's something that you enjoy. So some entrepreneurs have a passion for something and they actually start that type of business. So they're just like a power bunny. Do a cell and the other one energizer bunny. They're just on top of them thing because what? That's their passion and they enjoy doing it. Having an opportunity to be creative. Some persons come up with some really good ideas and they try it and it works and that is what they stick to. Come up with some good ideas and they do it and work out for them, and that's the business that they do. All right. Freedom to set your own schedule. So you call the shots, you make the decisions here. So that is you have the freedom to do so. I guess eventually you will do what is you will set the schedule that is best suited for the type of business that you are in. But at the end of the day, it is your decision, that's the same. You control your salary. So you generate your own salary. You have to work hard doing it. A lot of times, remember I said that you have a lot of small businesses that fail within the first year. And sometimes because people have poor management skills They don't know how to angle finances properly, right? Or they lack many of the characteristics that are required for to be an entrepreneur. But here what happens now, you have sometimes some persons they start a business and the cash flow, the money start coming, and they think that all of this money is theirs. So they go down by the car dealership, and they drive out the hot BMW. Sharon, you don't know what I'm talking about, Miss Gray? Yeah. Yeah. You,
Yes,
you,
sir.
you know for true. They drive out the big BMW, and them and the house, they start to expand the house immediately, and them start they start to take vacation. All right. The standard of living goes up leaps and bounds, and they do not realize that all of these amenities comes at a cost. So what happens is that as a business person, your main obligation is to if you take a loan to the financial institution or to the persons who lend your money, and also to your suppliers, because they are the ones that are providing you with the raw material, all the goods that you need. So you have to ensure that whenever those checks become due, you're able to can write them and the checks are not bouncing. All right. So good money management and basic knowledge of accounts is good. It's good to have. Right. So you can pay yourself a salary and don't just take money as you feel like. Because it's a problem with us Jamaicans. Whenever someone starts a business and them start up, everybody swear that this person have crazy money and everybody will come check you for money. And sometimes you have a next underground sector within the society who come check you because of badness. You call it extortion. So you have to understand how to deal with all of these situations as they come, because it's a reality in many persons' life, not necessarily all, but many persons. And some persons feel that pride to contribute to the community. So you're operating a business within the community, and and now and again you help the old people, give them some things, or I don't know, or you sponsor the netball team or the little corner league football team, and so these things mean a lot to the community people, and it makes you feel good. So those some of the reasons. I'm sure if you force yourself to think about it, you may come up with even other reasons why people become an entrepreneur. What would be some other reasons why people would become an entrepreneur apart from this? Make a brainstorm it now. Come, somebody, two person, somebody from royalty. You may know the reason why people can could become an entrepreneur. Different from these.
So you don't have any scheduled time to work.
Well, freedom to set your own schedule. So I'm giving you zero for that one.
Why,
Because
sir?
it's already there. Freedom to set your own schedule.
All
It is
right.
there already in the list. I want some ideas out different from these. Someone from Fearless.
Sir,
All right.
autonomy?
I say for same thing like that.
There's nothing there, sir.
Hold on, no.
Sir, from last week, you give me 0, 0,
Yeah, come to more again and I say, being your own boss. What that mean?
No,
What that?
sir.
No,
No, that's
hold
not the
on.
autonomy.
Hold on, no, Jesus. Being your own boss. Yeah, boss. What do I mean? You mean you have the autonomy? Because you said, yeah, we're not looking at that. No, sir. No, man. But hold on, a royalty there screechy back a while ago. That sound like a Sharon you're
Sir,
talking
let
to
me
me, man.
explain myself.
Who is speaking to me?
Sharon from Royalty. You choose what to do, where to do, how to do it, when to do it.
Okay. So, so when you are your own boss, what that mean?
Sir, me not answer no more in the class.
Oh, we
Miss,
just ask a simple question. People, no man, make us
sir,
put
we
it to the
have
people's
the
court. No, 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 no,
preview.
no. Let us put it to the people's court. Let us put it to the people's court. When you are your own boss, yeah, you ever see some parent have some little kids and them little kid them bright and feisty. I say, "Yeah, you know, say my house this. You can't have me that. You can't come to the house and I do that time I do this and that. You're the boss of the house. Yeah. So everything that you just say right I go, great. And because you're your own boss. All right, don't no, but seriously though, anybody else can come up with any other reason why someone would can become an entrepreneur? It's simple, man. Very simple. Just think. Don't think outside of the box. What would be some other reasons why you could become an entrepreneur? Cecile, la, Cecilia. That's how I look back at my names. You see, I have names now.
You can make your own time, sir, to do whatever.
Who talking
And
to
keep
me?
this
Now that's all like Pauline.
Polly.
Because I'm not looking at the names anymore. I'm looking at my PowerPoint.
Okay.
Pauline.
Yes.
Ah, Pauline, you know easy, you know. You never see one who say freedom to set your own schedule.
Oh,
You
I
see that?
did. Okay.
Yeah, man. I hope you look on the slide, you know. All right, let me give you one. Let me give you one. Give the class one, not Pauline. Um, you you lose your job, or you become redundant or something.
That's
Oh,
true,
that's
sir.
yeah. A lot of people start their own business because they're forced to do so. Them lose them job and them forced and them the bills them have to pay same way. The household have
Passion
to
could be
eat.
one.
Say it again. Say it again.
Passion. So they have a
Mm.
passion for
Oh,
air.
you have a passion for something. Yeah, but you coming like Miss Gray them and saying, see they doing something you enjoy. And a passion thing that, but but it's true still. You have a passion for something, but it's something you enjoy. That's why you have a passion for it. You get what I say? It says us that this is yeah,
So, sir, if the
yes.
person like i- if you say, well, then you want added salary to what you have, so you do something else, that would be a part of controlling your salary the same way, sir. Additional
No,
income.
you need additional income.
Yeah.
Um, that could be a reason for a person to do some entrepreneurial venture. Yes, that's a
All
good
right.
one.
I didn't
Yes,
get
sir.
a no for this one. Thanks, sir.
No, sir. I couldn't give you a no, sir.
All right.
And then, all right, come we're wrapping up the class soon, you know. What time now? And then I think you know what I'm doing now. So if we say, hold on. Uh so we said that you could maybe lose a job or you become redundant. Um you identify a niche market. I'm going to explain what that is. A niche market. A niche market is when someone identify an income earning sector within the market that large companies overlook. It's an income earning opportunity that large companies overlook. So you realize there's a need
Nothing call them to your head times up super. Nothing make them not do. Nothing they're not take.
You see a person still have the mic on, but them not talking about 2 or something. So that could be dangerous. All right. So you discover that there's a need for a service or a product, but large companies are not offering it. So therefore you decide to provide that product or offer that service. So what you actually have is a niche market. If you understand what I'm saying to you, you have to say you understand by giving me an example of a niche market. So we say we don't understand. Like, let me say the
Sir,
definition
my
for niche.
understanding is, sir, but I'm trying to find the niche market. The
Example.
example. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let me give you a concept of a niche market, and then I can give you a real one. In Jamaica, in Jamaica, you see the jerk chicken man and the soup man and the porridge man, them that on the road, that they were always on the roadside. And Jamaican like these type of things. It was not until I went down to Boys Town to work that I realized certain types of soups, cream of this and clear soup, and because as Jamaican, we traditionally we love the one pot soup meal. So Jamaicans get the most out of we get the most out of our soup because every spice and thing and seasoning and vegetable and so that we put into it, we get it back by drinking the liquid. All right. Now, so these people are a niche market, but here I am now. Because some companies now, some more established businesses now, see how successful these small business persons have been over the years. What they did was that all of a sudden the juicy patties start to offer all of these things. Mothers start to offer it. Island Grill started to do the jerk chicken. So what these more established companies did was to tap into the people in niche market. The biggest example of niche that I can say in Jamaica that I know about is like craft, art and craft. You have never seen a large company in Jamaica specializing in the production of these things. The craft thing is always some small persons doing it, even though the tourists come and then buy it, but it's not a big company I do it. So that is why the small people them do it because it's a niche. Because there's a demand for it, but the large companies overlook it. So that's the concept of a niche market. It's an income earning segment of the market that large companies tend to overlook. So you identify that and therefore you try and offer the service or you provide the product. Okay? Right. So we basically will wrap up here for tonight. But let me just tell you what I need by tomorrow. Tomorrow, the things that you were working on that I thought it would have been counterproductive to make you continue doing that, and we don't talk about anything else in the course, because as we go along in our classes, you will realize that we have to that I will proportion what we do. So we have 3 hours, but we won't do the entire 3 hours for a particular thing. we will split it. So like for some weeks now, when you have identified your business and stuff, then we cover some of the information, some of these information, we go over them and discuss. And then for like 45 minutes or maybe an hour, we're looking at business plan. Right? We look at business plan and the different parts of the business plan and how you apply your information based on your business to the plan. I think I'll send you a sample plan that you can plug in your information in it and so, but we'll be discussing. So there's no one thing. Another time we're looking at discussions again, but we put aside some time to deal with the business execution, the new product and all of that. So that's how we will deal with it. Works all the time. Go by yourself. So please provide me with your. This is for both groups. So for Flawless, you need to create a group tonight. Add me. Royalty already add me to them group. All right. And in the main group, you tell me your top 5, your top 3, and your top 1 for both groups. Because at the end of the day, both groups need to know what their competitors are doing, offering. You need to know the type of business that your competition will be offering. It's just 2 groups, so I would suggest that you have 2 separate type of fast food or 2 different things. Don't do the same thing. That's crazy. All right. Yeah. All right. So I'll wrap up here. Have a pleasant good night, and I expect to get my information by the latest tomorrow from you.
So you to the register?
I I normally it's easy for me to get the register. I normally just take the pictures from the persons attending in, and then
Some persons were added again. Come on. Some persons came on late.
while I was talking, or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Everybody stay on it and let me go back and see. All right. Yeah, all right. Remember those like take these now. Oh, baby.
Good night, everyone.
Hey, if you ever leave and I don't take the picture, you say I take the pictures now. You see you calling? Hold on.
Oh, I just it was silent, so I was wondering.
Oh. Wait a minute, I forgot that one, cause more people in the group. Let me see if anybody look, right? So 1 person below. It's Stuart, I think. Below Miss Gray.
I'm sorry, I logged in late because I came in late. So good night. Good night, everyone.
Who is this now? Who talking to me?
Nimisha, sir.
Oh, Beckles?
Yes, sir.
All right. All right, no problem. Okay, everyone, I have the information. So have a peaceful and safe night. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Thanks, sir.
And I will officially we'll officially maybe start the class at 6:30 next week. So I'm asking you please just to try your best to be on time so we can get more done. Okay?
Okay, sir. Good night, everyone. And good night.
Yeah, cool.
Good night. Okay, sir.
Yeah, man.